Welcome, welcome. We just missed the man reminding everybody to get on the other side of this fence.
Yeah, it is.
We might get to see it again because people keep going over there. But, oh, there he is. This is an airport. It is an airport. There are hang gliders that land here. So we are here in San Diego. This is La Jolla Torrey Pines Glider Port.
Don't stand around and wonder why till the aircraft hits you on the other side of the fence.
See? Reminder. It's a rustic fence, but it is here.
We can just go sit on the chairs there. Like the carpet.
And this is right above Black's Beach. This is Torrey Pines Glider Port. It's really cool. There's a restaurant and a bar up there. There's a big deck, but the music is going, so I decided I'll be down here so you guys can hear me. This is Torrey Pines Glider Port in La Jolla. You can see the hang gliders. They launch right off of the cliff over here. And there is an actual bird, I think. Oh no, they also have RC planes.
Okay, it's cute. And the thing in the back, there's like a thing. I don't like it. It's not gonna match. It's just too brown. That's only. We like go over there and just stuff. This is the most first world problem. Should we do it right there and then yes, let's try this. Guys, everything in the back is so
I don't know if that guy's trying to launch. The guy with the green canopy. He's below the ridge now. You can't see him. But we're gonna see the sunset over here.
yeah. Yeah, maybe just try to
Tap the screen. Give some likes. Share out the live.
you can always edit. Yes.
Torrey Pines Glider Port.
Okay.
Welcome, J Dollar. We are at Torrey Pines Glider Port in La Jolla, California, right above Black's Beach. Welcome, welcome.
Okay. You want to go do it?
Friday night sunset. Torrey Pines Glider Port in San Diego. So we should see some more gliders. Oh, there's one just over the ridge. This is technically an airport. The man was clearing everybody out so that they are not on this hill, because on the hill is within the range that the gliders could be landing. Although I don't think they would want to land over here because there's cactus. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. We're watching the sunset here in La Jolla. And we have to stay behind this fence because on that side is the airport. And the airport is where the gliders take off from. There is another glider. I think he's getting ready to go. That blue and orange one. Welcome, welcome. Tap, share, follow if you like travel content. I have a lot of travel content. I also have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. So I'm working to build that up. I have been trying to go live a lot more, but life gets in the way. So you can help me if you tap, like, follow. Tap, like, follow, share out the live. Get some more people in here on this Friday night to watch the beautiful sunset over the ocean. Welcome, welcome. Thanks, guys, for joining. If you send the heart me, you can join the fan club. Oh my goodness. TikTok is giving me prompts here. You can join the fan club by sending a heart me. A little heart up there at the top left of the screen, or top right of the screen. I guess it is top left. I'm trying to mirror it. So if you share out the live, follow, subscribe, all the things. Welcome, welcome. We are watching the sunset out here over Torrey Pines Glider Port. The guy with the green canopy just took off. So up here over this ridge, do you see the blue canopy? That is one of the hang gliders, and they will take off from that slope and then go out over the ocean and take advantage of the air current. And you'll see they are gliding. Those are hang gliders. And this is the Torrey Pines Glider Port. And we are going to watch the sunset. That is all just controlled by the canopy. There are strings that are connected to the canopy, and then the pilot has handles in his hand on the left and the right, and he can use those to steer the canopy. There are also RC planes here, and honestly sometimes I can't tell the RC planes from birds. But we are out here to watch the sunset. Oh, there's more gliders over there. I don't know if they're too far for you to see them. I'll zoom in a little bit. And we are right above La Jolla. That is Grips Pier that you see. And that is downtown La Jolla, where that big building is. That's a hotel. Actually, it might be condos for residents. Look at the sun shining through onto the ocean. Very cool. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome, welcome. Share out the live. Give me a follow if you like travel content. I live in the San Diego area, so we do have a lot of San Diego attractions featured. And then I also have a YouTube channel with a lot of content there. Oh, this guy didn't have a... Well, maybe... I can't tell if he's landing. He had a short flight. He looks like he's landing, the guy with the green canopy. Oh, he's taking off again. All right, awesome. So this is the Torrey Pines Glider Port, right above La Jolla, California. Oh, he's taking advantage of the airstream. Wow. Like he's making his own human roller coaster. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Gonna watch the sunset here. They don't have any benches. These hillsides are made of, they're not made of, they are formed from sandstone. So they do erode pretty quickly. So they don't really have many structures. As you can see, even the fence where the hillside is eroding, the fence posts are kind of like coming out from the cement. But this is La Jolla, Torrey Pines Glider Port. Online it said that the glider port closes at 6, but I believe the parking lot said it closes at 9. So we will be out here until it gets dark or after dusk when the sun is down. I don't know what conditions make it perfect for the green flash, but we'll see if we can see a green flash tonight. You see the guy up there in the clouds? That is a hang glider. He launched from the glider port, which is here on this hillside. You see there is a nice bar and restaurant. There is a huge parking lot. And on the other side of the bar is where they launch from the main launching pad. There is a ramp. And then see that guy with the big backpack? That's where he carries his canopy in for his hang glider. Now the guy with the green canopy has just landed, and he's gonna let his canopy go down, fold it all up, pack it away. Torrey Pines Glider Port, San Diego, California. Share out the live, like, follow, send a heart me, all the things. Oh, you can see this guy landing. So they have like a little bag that they put their legs into while they are gliding. There are different styles. Some have a more of like a harness where your legs are hanging down. The ones that I've seen today were all kind of like a bag style. And I used to see where they would be laying on their stomach and have their legs out behind them. But now the ones that I'm seeing today look more like a canoe style almost, where they put their legs in front of them and they're kind of sitting in the glider bag. I don't know the technical name. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're here at Torrey Pines Glider Port, watching the sunset over the ocean. I was trying to look for dolphins and such, but I do not see any. So we're just going to be watching the sunset. And depending how dark it gets, how fast, that's when we will leave. And I have my other camera. Well, let's get some footage with that. I can't even see that guy. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, here comes this guy gliding in. You can see him. See how it looks like he's kind of in a kayak? So he will glide over to the landing zone. And on to the other side of the ridge. I'm trying to capture it with both cameras, but all right, and back to the ocean. Okay, if I go a little bit more to the south, then we can see Scripps Pier and La Jolla Shores. That is La Jolla Shores down there. Very famous tourist attraction. A great place to go to the beach in the summer. Nice mellow waves. Let's see, let's get back. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So that is La Jolla Shores and Scripps Pier. If you want to orient yourself. And then back over here to the ocean for the sunset. Very mellow here. If you visit Torrey Pines Glider Port, do not go past this fence right here. That is part of the airport. And that is free range for any of the gliders to come landing. If they need to, they would land in that area. But I don't think it would be first choice because there are cactus there. So welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're at Torrey Pines Glider Port and we are watching the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. This is the West Coast, San Diego, California, La Jolla, Torrey Pines. This whole area right in front of me is part of what they call the airport, the glider airport. And the gliders are considered aircraft. I don't see any more out there, so I think that yellow one might be the last one to come in. I don't think that the landing area is lit at all, so they probably need to come in before dark. It's pretty clear tonight. I don't see much of a marine layer up here. Welcome, welcome. Any questions, let me know. Share the live out, tap, send some likes. Feel free to follow, and I also have a lot of travel content on my YouTube channel. Same name, link in bio. I hope she doesn't go over the fence. It's gonna holler at her. I guess they're going back out. Torrey Pines Glider Port. Torrey Pines, La Jolla, San Diego, California. That's pretty cool. I don't want to zoom in too far because then you can't see him. It gets blurry. Doesn't focus very well. So up here we have a nice little bar. There's 2 level decks up there. There's a bar and a restaurant. And then on the other side of this ridge is where the gliders launch from. This is Torrey Pines Glider Port, San Diego, California. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. Friday night, sunset. Love to have you give me a follow. Welcome, welcome. Share out the live so we can get some more people in here. Grow my audience and followers here and on YouTube. Oh, he's got a light on his hat that's blinking. Pretty cool. And you see the birds flying there. And here we have downtown San Diego. Not downtown San Diego, downtown La Jolla. And that is Scripps Pier. Another glider over here, just on the other side of the ridge. And then back to the ocean, the beautiful sun over the ocean. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to share out the live. Like, follow, share. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me here tonight. Got a small group, but hey, we're here for the sunset, whether it's just me or a small group. Feel free to share out the live. Let's get some more people in here. I'm trying to grow my following here and on YouTube. If you enjoy travel, I have a lot of travel content here as well as on YouTube, and I have a lot of travel tips. There is the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. We cannot go closer to the edge because these cliffs are sandstone and they are eroding. And the area directly in front of me is actually part of the glider port. It is an active airport, as the gentleman was reminding everybody to not come into the airport area. So you can see that the glider pilot has his legs like in a sack thing. It almost looks like a kayak. And then when they land, it just is like a piece of fabric. And then it folds all up into a backpack for them to carry away with them. Here we are back at the sunset. It is a little cloudy tonight, so we'll see how the sunset looks. Welcome, welcome. Share out the live. Send some likes by tapping the screen. That will tell TikTok that you are enjoying this view, and they will push it out to other viewers. There we have a helicopter probably giving a tour along the coast. Hopefully it isn't anybody that fell. That does happen. People try to go hiking on these cliffs and they are eroding and they slip and fall. Here we are back to the sunset. That one last glider, he's really taken the very last bit of the wind. And this is Torrey Pines glider port. I think there's another bench up there, but I don't know that it's as good of a view as this. And we can't see the gliders from over there. Okay, here he's coming a little bit closer. You could see how his legs, it's like he's sitting in a little cockpit. And then when he lands, he can fold that all up and it fits into a backpack.
Oh wait, you can walk down. Guys, we should go. What? No, I'm not doing that. No, fuck.
It's like a fun thing to do on a Friday night, right? Not for me, but for others. Tap in, like, tap, share, follow. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. We are at Torrey Pines glider port and we are watching the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. Oh, there's another guy. No, that's the same guy. There's two last gliders with yellow canopy. Keep thinking they've landed, but not yet. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to give me a follow. I'm trying to grow my audience here as well as on my YouTube channel. If you enjoy travel content, tips and tricks, follow me here and on YouTube. Now, YouTube has different terminology. It says subscribe, but it is free. If you do go to YouTube and subscribe, it is free, and make sure you watch content so that YouTube knows that you are not a bot. If you subscribe, but you don't watch content, then it removes the subscribe. I've had people say like, oh, I followed you, but the count goes up and then it goes down. So it is helpful if you watch at least one piece of content. There's a lot to choose from. Cruise content, airports, different attractions around San Diego. This is the Torrey Pines Glider Port, and we are watching the sunset. Welcome, welcome. Tap, share, follow. You help me reach my goal, and if you're inclined, you can send a heart me, that little heart up there by my name. Working to grow my audience here and on YouTube. I love watching other people go live with their TikTok and sharing their travels. And I like to bring travel content to you guys. This is a view of La Jolla. That is La Jolla Shores, La Jolla Cove, the children's pond or pool where all the seals live, and that big building is, honestly, I don't know if it's a hotel or residences, condo residences. Back to the sunset, you can see the beautiful rays of sun coming through the clouds. Happy Friday. Okay, now I think the very last glider has come in. I'm not sure what the guidelines are for gliders, safety protocol to be in before the sun goes down. I'm not sure if the runway is lit or not. It seems pretty busy, so I didn't want to walk over there. Get in the way. They won't let you obviously go on the runway. The runway is basically, it's a big grassy slope. The gliders prepare there, and then they get their canopy up and ready, and then when the wind comes, then they just go out on the wind and glide around. I was just thinking, some of the canopies look like they're kind of puffy, like a balloon, but I don't think they blow them up. I think they maybe self-inflate from the wind. I don't know. Something to research. So welcome, welcome. This is the sunset over Torrey Pines Glider Port. Tap, share, follow if you would like to see more lives and more travel content. Today we are at Torrey Pines Glider Port, watching the sunset through the clouds over the Pacific Ocean. It doesn't seem like it's going to be super colorful today because there are a lot of clouds. Let's pan south again. Oh, here comes another glider just when I thought it was over. This one's really colorful. That one has a really nice canopy. And he's got a nice lamp on his head too. So I guess if he was coming in after dark, people would see him. Wow, he looks like he's going pretty fast. So then what they do is they head up onto the grassy hill and they position themselves, and then they just land on that hill. They land on their feet kind of running up on the hill, and then they're able to gather their canopy and folded up. And here we are back at the sunset. I will tell you, if you come here, you will smell the aroma of the devil's lettuce. That is very common and popular here. You're technically not supposed to do it in public, but since it's legal, people do it anyway. Yeah, I think the sunset is going to be pretty. I mean, it's always gorgeous, but it's just going to be not super colorful like, you know, bright red and stuff. Welcome, welcome. It's crazy because I hear the music, I hear people talking, I hear dog barking, I also hear the waves. Even though we're up here on this hill above the ocean. Great view. Great view. And this is the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. Oh wow, look at, here's another canopy. I think he's just starting out. Oh no, maybe he just landed. I didn't even see him in the sky earlier. Oh, I think he is gonna launch. So even though the canopy looks kind of pillowy, I don't think it is blown up. I think it's just filled with air from the wind. All right, there he goes off the cliff. And I say he, but it could be a woman. It's not a gender specific sport. And then there are strings, ropes on the canopy, and the canopy is controlled and steered by the ropes. So you pull down on the right or pull down on the left and it turns you left or right. And here we are back to the sunset. Feel free to send over some likes, share out the live, give me a follow if you like travel content. I'm working to grow my presence here and on YouTube. I have a lot of travel content on YouTube, long form and short form. I usually will put on a YouTube video while I'm working and just have it running in the background. And when I hear something that's interesting or of interest to me, then I watch. But I usually just leave the video running, especially the long form. So here we'll scan down again the coastline. This is La Jolla. We are at Torrey Pines Glider Port, and this is an awesome place to watch the sunset. The pier down there is Scripps Pier. The beach is La Jolla. All the way along that kind of crescent, that's all La Jolla. That big building over there, it's either a hotel or condo residences, but that is also La Jolla. And this is the Pacific Ocean. And then up here there is a bar and a cafe. And we're getting the last bits of the sun out there over the ocean. It is cloudy tonight, but it is still really pretty. Sunset over Torrey Pines, La Jolla, California. So the cool thing about TikTok, I can download this live and add it to my YouTube channel. So I like to do that. That way I'm not trying to go live with two different platforms at the same time. And then I can use that footage efficiently, repurpose it on YouTube. So do you think the person in the glider has the best view? Completely unobstructed? I think they could still point themselves towards the sunset. I'm not sure. I don't even see any ships out there at all. I have not seen any dolphins. I've only seen birds, gliders, people, and the sunset. I don't really know how far people can go using the glider. I mostly see them staying close by the glider port and along the coast. Like they might go down over the beach, but I don't remember seeing them, when I'm at La Jolla. I don't remember seeing them over the beach, like down by the shores. Just if you look north when you're at the La Jolla shores, you could see them gliding over here over the glider port. Now, right below us, there is a beach called Black's Beach. It is clothing optional. So that is another popular place. You can get to it from La Jolla shores if you go in low tide. You can walk on the beach, but then you have to calculate the low tide again or climb up on the cliffs. There are trails, but again, the trails are also sandstone. So even though there are trails, which are kind of not really marked, it can be dangerous and slippery. And there we have the sunset. It is almost gone. Beautiful Friday night sunset here at Torrey Pines Glider Port. Beautiful Friday night sunset here at Torrey Pines Glider Port. The weather tonight is perfect. It's not cold at all. There's some girls over there taking a photo. It looks like they have a cake. That looks really good. I'm in the mood for cake. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. If you're interested in travel content, give me a follow. I am Mom's Travel Team. Usually it's my family and friends traveling with me. That's why I use the name Team, my travel team. Sometimes I have friends or family that go on trips, and then they also offer to let me use their photos and stuff from the destinations that they've had. So that's teamwork, and that is Mom's travel team. It looks like a flashlight pointing down into the ocean just from that one little bit through the clouds. It's crazy. It's like a alien ship or something. And it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's almost like we aren't even going to see it going down all the way, because the clouds are like closing up around that sunbeam. Welcome, welcome. Oh, yay. Thanks for the likes, guys. I didn't have to give them to myself. I accidentally tapped and gave myself a few when I was trying to share out the live. Some people share it out before they go live, but I always forget. So then I'm over here tapping and sharing, trying to get some more people in here. I mean, I guess there could be some much more exciting type of content for tonight, Friday night. But for me, this is what is appropriate after a very long, rough week. Even though we had only 4 work days, there was a lot going on. Starting with Monday, the holiday ended with me at the emergency vet with my dog. This dog he's a great dog, but he always gets foxtails in his ears. So then, yeah, we had to take him to the urgent care vet. That was not fun because he had to be sedated. So then I needed to have a nice mellow week after that. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you need me to, not need me, put a 1 in the chat if you are here still and watching this beautiful sunset. We have one more glider, the one with the pink canopy. The one with the pink canopy right here. Look at that, right overhead. Canopy and sunset all in one. Beautiful. Look at that. That is a hang glider. So that seating is more like a seat, like a harness you sit in. The other ones looked more like a canoe style, where you're sitting in something that looks like a canoe with your legs in front of you. And here we have the final bits of the sunset. And we have the glider is circling around. Isn't that awesome? This is what it's about. Look at that. Freedom. Flying overhead. Give me a great video. Nice. And back to the sunset. That is crazy. She flies right over the bar and restaurant and then just goes right to the landing port. All right, friends, thanks so much. I'll give you a few minutes to give me a follow. Tap those likes up to 1,000 at least. And then I'm going to be ending the live. Feel free to follow me on my YouTube. Check out the content there. If you do follow over there, it's called subscribe, but it is free. And make sure you watch some of the content. And that tells YouTube that you are not a bot, that you are a human and you did mean to subscribe. Give me a like and a follow here. Let's tap those likes up to 1,000. Oh, we've got 2 canopies out still. I think they're my 2 favorite ones. The really colorful one and the nice bright pink one. Very cool. I'm gonna have to make plans to be out here at night one time. Well, I'll check and see how late these guys go. I wonder if their canopies are lit up. All right, friends, that's going to do it for tonight. And you guys have an amazing weekend. And thanks for joining me here at Torrey Pines Glider Port.